So, BigMode Game Jam started. There are 9 days left. The theme is power, and I need to start on the game. Step 1, go to Pennsylvania. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does going to Pennsylvania help you in a game jam? Well, sometimes you have prior commitments, and you have to do it. But, whatever, it's fine, I'll make it work. This is my experience in the BigMode Game Jam 2025. So, it is Friday night. The BigMode Game Jam started this morning, and I spent a good chunk of the day driving. But that did give me time to think around the theme of power. And I've been playing Metroidvanias lately, Animal Well, Rain World, all that good stuff. So platformers are on my mind. And I always like narrative games. Games that try to tell a story, and I always try to tell a story in my games. So I'm thinking of incorporating a story around the theme of power. Maybe around the theme of losing power. And what is power? So, Friday night, in the hotel room, time to check Discord. One of the things I always think of is whether or not to do a team to try to find people. There are pros and cons with working with people. I think you can get a lot of high quality stuff done if you find the right people, but it's not a guarantee that everything you do is going to work. So it's something you definitely have to think about. But I like looking at the Discord. I like looking at the great art by everyone there. But given that there's only a couple days, I will be driving a bit busy. I think it might be better this time around. So let me go to my favorite website, opengameart.org. This is a great website. I use stuff from this all the time. There's a lot of high quality and a lot of awesome stuff on this website. I like to grab different assets, different things, almost like a kit bash, just put everything together. So I think when you're doing a game jam, the goal is kind of different. And this is all just my opinion, but I feel like when I do game jams, I try to do two things. First is learn by implementing something new, something I haven't done before. And second is to finish something. You may have the goal of wanting to do something, of wanting to create the best game, a super fun game, a super interesting, super clever game, and all that is great. And I definitely don't think that you should, stop having those thoughts or those ideas or strive for that. I definitely think that is something to strive for. But myself, when I do game jams, I kind of think of them as these are little prototypes, right? These are little things to just execute on an idea or a concept. My main goal in game jams really is to get something done, something that is playable, something you can kind of show people and be like, hey, what do you think of this? So I spent a lot of time able to find a couple assets and stuff here and there, so now to start kind of coding and putting things together. I like using Godot. It is free, it's open source, and overall even fun to use. So working on importing these sprites, working on setting everything up. Some issues with the sprites that I downloaded. As I try to position and I try to set the layout and everything, I try to put one on top of the other and noticed that the background is still there. Open up GIMP, clear out the backgrounds, clear out the different stuff. So I wanted to use this sprite and I had to fix the issue. So I did look online, I did look at tutorials, and that's, I think, one of the great things about game jams is you have to be resourceful. I didn't know how to remove backgrounds, I didn't know how to do all this, so I had to just learn. And I think that's great, and another reason why game jams are a great opportunity to learn, because you'll get to work on and you'll get to do things that you haven't done before, or at least things that you do not do on a regular basis. Even as I removed the background, there were still some issues with the sprites. They had the red box around them, so I had to go in and edit those out. That way when I load them in, it'll fit well, and I can set up all the animations. So, Saturday. I was hoping to code in the car, but my laptop was dead. So I ran a couple errands, got some food, and got some magic cards at a local game shop. Whenever I code things, I like to take the approach that Nintendo takes on some of their games. right? On the kind of the Mario games, on the Zelda games, and those kinds of stuff, right? That is to create one level that basically has everything, right? That way, once everything is good, it's easier to just kind of build out. So here, the theme is really big on power, so I'm thinking of all the different power-ups, all the different things we can do. Don't have that much time, obviously, so I'm going to keep things a little bit light. You have double jump, you have your dash, you have your fireballs, you have your slash, and so I'm going to build different puzzles and stuff around that, but not just puzzles. And one thing that I started working on was the story of the game. I plan to use a reverse poem. The story and the text being shown will kind of be negative. If you're familiar with the reverse poems, once you read them one way, it's negative, but then when you read them the other way, it's positive, or vice versa. So for this, that's more or less what I plan to do. There will be a negative flow as you go through the game until you get to the end. Once you get to the end, then it becomes, well, you're gonna have to run it back. I think it can best be described as
basically the game in reverse. Then you roll 3.
All right, 2 days left. I've been spending a lot of time working. I'm sorry I don't really show much here. I'm trying to find the balance between having this be a little bit entertaining and going full on technical. But I've implemented everything here, did the scene transitions, did all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing a lot of testing to make sure that this works. I transitioned to another level and I'm just building these out right now. They're not completely done yet. The reverse poem is not done either, but it's good to kind of build these out and just try to get something up and running, something working. Okay, 13 hours. Now, I've gotten a lot of code. I've made a lot of progress. The game is just about working. I'm gonna spend some time going through the levels, testing things out, making sure that all the mechanics work. Mechanic that you lose fireball works and allows you to go through. Make sure that all the levels that are transitions, that kind of stuff work. 6 hours left. Okay, I've been working a ton to try to finish it up. I feel Game Jam's always kind of, it's the last day, the last couple hours where you're really doing all the work. Continue to build out the levels as we go deeper, using the slash to cut through some of the crystal stuff. Use the slash power, only limits you to double jumps. And right here, you lose the double jump, so all you can do is regular jump. And you gotta reverse it. Hopefully, I try to signal to people that they need to go back, and as you can see, now thanks to and that doesn't work, so I'm gonna have to fix that. It's always important, very, very important to play test your games, even if it's just for a little bit, to try to finish the entire game. Yeah, from start to finish. Try to beat the entire game whenever you're doing these game jams, whenever you're doing these types of things. It's very, very easy to miss something. I think playtesting is very, very important in a game jam, especially, but I understand that it's hard, right? You got limited time, limited people. This is basically just me working. Right, but what I was really trying to focus on, right, is just to make sure that you could do the reverse and that the reverse worked. Because as the game reverses, all you have now is jump. So you should be able to make it through all the levels. And see, there's a part here where you couldn't. So I had to raise that crystal up a little. But now if I give it a try, it works. Up until the next level that has a crystal that is blocking you. Okay, let's remove that crystal. And we're good. We were able to make it all the way in reverse. And finish the game. So the game works, it runs, and now it's time to submit everything. A very, very important part is to make sure you have enough time to export the game and try it out, right? So I exported it here both for Windows and HTML to play it in the browser. The main focus was in the browser, so once I have that uploaded, let me test it out and see how it plays here. Because this is how I believe most people are going to play the game, or this is how I kind of hope most people play the game, I test out and make sure that it is good. Hey everyone, thank you for watching my Game Jam devlog video. I've always planned to make a devlog video for the BigMode Game Jam. I participated in it last year, had a lot of fun. So when it came around again this year, I definitely wanted to document it. Sorry if it's a little light on the technical aspects. I kind of had less footage than I thought. But I tried to focus on making it a little bit entertaining. Game jams are always fun, and I always recommend everyone to do it. If you do, you might find that your experience may vary, but I hope you learn a lot from it nonetheless. In the future, I definitely plan to spend more time, record more things, and just have more content and different things to show. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good time. Hope you learned something. Please remember to like and subscribe, and comment down below on what you wish I had covered. I hope to make more devlogs in the future, and I think it would be great to get some feedback on what's kind of missing, but really what you all want to see. I think that'd be very great and helpful. Thanks again for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you at a game jam soon.